Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Houston is Inspired on AfroVibes TV. I'm your host, Savannah Jones, and I'm here today with Dr. Success and Dr. Olu, founders of GMind AI. Hi, Dr. Success. It's so great to have you here today.
Hi, Savannah. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, absolutely. Hi, Dr. Olu. Thank you so
Hello,
much.
Savannah. Super excited to be here.
Yes, absolutely. So I've heard a lot about you guys' company and the things that you're passionate about, and it inspires me a whole lot. And I'm really excited for the world to hear that story as well. So maybe we can start with this. Dr. Success, can we maybe meet you and get to know you a little bit?
Sure, Savannah. My name is Success. I am the CEO and co-founder at GMind AI. I'm an AI researcher, cybersecurity professional, and an educator. I've been teaching for over 15 years, and what I enjoy doing is teaching and mentoring people to success. I'm a mother and a community leader.
Oh, that's beautiful. I love that. Yeah, that's absolutely a beautiful story, and that's really amazing. You should be very proud. So, Dr. Olu, can we get to know you a little bit too?
Yeah, my name is Olu. I'm an AI and cyber GRC expert and also an educator. When it comes to talking about tech and teaching tech, I'm always passionate about that. And I'm also a mentor. I love to mentor people into tech space. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, wow. I feel like I have some really smart people here at the table today. I'm excited. I feel like we're going to learn a whole lot, and I'm ready to share this story with everyone. All right, so the first question I'd like to ask, and I'm sure a lot of people are curious about this as well, is let's talk about AI and education. And how do you see AI impacting education for the future?
Wow. I mean, we shouldn't be talking about AI in education sector right now, not even in the future again. So AI is a game changer, a transformer and an enhancer in education sector in terms of augmenting teachers' productivity, efficiency, creativity, and also on the part of the learners as well.
Yeah, I see.
Personalized learning, they can learn at their own pace, and achieve more with AI.
I like that answer. I definitely see that. I'm a university student at University of Houston. I study economics. And
Awesome.
yeah, I've had professors who will get on there, do their slides, and they'll do their presentation, and they'll tell us flat out, like, yeah, I've used AI to help me with my outlines and to help me, prepare this stuff so it'd be more organized for you guys and, easier to understand. So I like that you worded that.
Savannah, I don't know if I can add to that.
Yeah.
Before teachers do a whole lot manually, him generating their lesson plan, creating their lesson notes, and doing a whole lot of the marking and stuff like that manually. But with AI, now teachers can now create personalized learning path for students, automate their grading, and bring a whole lot of efficiency into their work smarter, saves time to work, and concentrate on helping their students.
Yeah, no, that's perfect. And I
So
mean,
AI
yeah.
has transformed manual effort into automated work stream in education.
Absolutely.
I like that. Yeah, definitely efficiency, is great for teachers because if you think about what a teacher is, they tend to be very overworked, usually underpaid, juggling all these tasks. And so to have an AI assistant to help them with those tasks is extremely valuable. So my next question is, do you guys think that AI is going to replace teachers, or is it, like I said, more of like an assistant?
Well, I'm going to take that. I want to believe that AI is not going to replace teachers. AI is just like an intelligent assistant in the hands of teachers. Teachers do a whole lot, helping a lot of their students. They have a lot of students in their hands to help, and so they juggle into so many things, But AI brings the balance, makes them to be more productive, to be more efficient, so that they can save time to be able to assist the students. So AI is not going to replace the teacher, but we actually amplify teachers' work, augment their capability and capacity to be able to do more, help them with their mental health, makes them to be more creative, that is the part AI is actually playing, I should play. And that's exactly what we have in mind when we're creating GMind AI, creating an intelligent assistant for teachers and also students, but it's not to actually replace the teachers, but to actually make their work a lot easier, bring efficiency, maximize their, how will I say it, improve their productivity so that they could do more like work smarter, and at the same time be able to like improve learning outcome for their students.
I love that. When people think of AI, some people think of those like sci-fi movies where AI takes over and, people should be scared of AI. But the way you're explaining it, this is a game changer for a lot of
Absolutely.
people.
It's a game
Absolutely.
changer.
It is.
Absolutely.
It's a game changer.
It changed the
An
quality of people's
assistant,
lives.
a co-pilot is not here to replace teacher. Teachers will still have part to play when it comes to impacting knowledge, but when it comes to augmenting their productivity, they can spend less time in generating their curriculum, their course material, so that they can stay focused on strategic tasks like impacting knowledge, as
Yeah.
they are expected to do.
Can we say it as teachers are the one in the driver's seat, and AI is in the passenger seat?
Mhm.
It's just like an assistant to help in driving learning.
Yeah. Well, I know if I had that, yeah, I love that analogy, having it as like a passenger assistant, that's really
Yeah,
wonderful because
absolutely.
I'm sure a lot of teachers, some have families and then some, go home alone and they have a lot of stress. And,
Absolutely.
to have, things to make their lives easier, so they can spend more time with their families or they can, enjoy teaching again.
Absolutely.
That's
Teachers, they do a
changing for them.
lot. They do a
Yeah.
lot. I'm telling you, I'm a teacher myself, and I can tell you it's a stressful job. But with an AI as an assistant, it brings a whole lot of help. And AI is actually there to actually help teachers, but not to actually take their job from them.
Absolutely.
Right. I love that.
Absolutely.
Yes, I'm sure that can ease the minds of a lot of teachers who are scared of AI. And I encourage, maybe go out and try it, try using it and see if it does help you. So the next thing I'd like to ask, because I feel like we're getting really into this and I'm excited, is can you tell us about GMind and what GMind AI is?
All right, so when we're talking about GMind, I would say it's a multilingual AI-powered system that is maximizing efficiency for students and educators around the world. It provides valuable educational tools, that help with daily tasks to make it a lot easier and fun. And let me tell you, GMind AI can assist with lesson planning, organization, saving time, and also increase overall efficiency in the classroom.
I'm sold. Where do I sign up?
Absolutely.
That sounds awesome. Yes. And, as a university student, that sounds valuable to me. I mean, I totally could use help with my essays and,
Absolutely.
my outlines and all types of stuff.
Absolutely.
Even in coaching, helping something to create organization for my lesson plans and all of that is super helpful.
Absolutely.
It's a game changer, like I was saying earlier. I want to know more, as someone that's very curious about this, about your features on GMind AI and like those things that could help maybe someone like me who's interested.
Oh, great, Savannah. At GMind AI, we have features like lesson planner, syllabus generator, course material generator, formal and informal chat feature, and also we have like a kind of learning management system embedded on GMind AI with class console and multilingual live class where learners can connect one-on-one with instructors. And on the part of the learners, we have assignment helper, we have note summarizer,
Video
we have interview prep, we have resume generator, and a whole lot more to make their life easier.
Wow, that sounds like a lot. This sounds like, education of the future, honestly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, it's an all-in-one suit that helps both teachers and students with their daily tasks,
Yeah.
making it a lot easier.
No one will be left out.
I love that. That's so awesome. I'm ready to sign up, honestly. So my next question, there's a lot of AI out there today, and some people don't know which ones to choose for what reason. I want to know, how does GMind differ from other AI platforms? How does that, maybe even in the sense where you talked about the informal and formal, chat style, is that something that's very unique to you guys? Does set you apart? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, I know there's a lot of competition out there when it comes to generative AI, but where to start from is, who are you okay, I'm an educator, okay, what do you want to achieve with generative AI? Then when you get on the generative AI platform, the features you see, the capabilities you see, can they suit your purpose?
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
that makes
So
sense.
on GMind AI, I talked about the formal chat and the informal chat, which we call the lazy chat. It's not that it's lazy, but it breaks difficult concept. It breaks it down
Yeah.
to the granular
The
level
granular level.
so that a 1 year old will be able to understand it.
I need that. Honestly, I do.
I'm telling you, it's a game changer. The lazy chat on GMind AI, it's wonderful. It makes technical terms, break it down to the level of the user's understanding.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you, it's just like that layback friend that is actually doing teaching. It brings ambiguity out of the whole learning process and break it down. I'm telling you, our users, they love these chats.
Oh yeah, I'm excited to use it, honestly. I mean, when you're sitting in a university class, there's some professors who talk like, more informal, and there's some they talk so formal that I'm like, where do I even start?
Exactly.
And so if I had something like the lazy chat to help break down lecture notes, that would be extremely useful.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell you about we also have on GMind AI what we know as Smart Search, and our search match is awesome. Users really love that feature too, and I so much love it too, because with Smart Search, you can actually learn anything. And when you just need to do, it's actually going to help you to actually bring, resources from the internet in a way that resonates with your learning, and it gives you the citation that if in case if you want to do further research. Yeah, absolutely. It also gives you relative videos.
Wow.
Gives you relative videos. You'll be able to break it down for you, any topical issues that you are learning, and at the same time gives you other sources for you to learn more, and it's also give you video. And I'm telling you, it's only to my day you can find that.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
sounds so good. I can't
Absolutely.
even believe it's actually
Another differentiating factor of GMind AI is the prompt assist. To use, each of those capabilities I mentioned earlier, you don't have to have a degree in prompt engineering. I know that's what a lot of people are scared of. Like, okay, I want AI platform to do this. I want generative AI to do this for me. But how will I get started with the prompt? We have that covered on GMind AI with the prompt assist capability.
Absolutely. With our prompt assist, we want to tell you that you don't need to worry about your prompt. GMind AI will assist you with that. We are educators creating for educators, and we know what goes on in the educational space. We know that it's not easy for teachers to now say they want to go and learn prompt engineering. But with GMind AI, we've created prompt assistant, so we are guaranteed of actually generating quality content consistently and also at scale. So what GMind AI does is you just need to just go there and just say the way you want it to be generated. GMind AI at the back end, we're able to put a prompt together and it will give you that quality content that you need. And I'm telling you, in other AI platform, if your prompt is not of quality, then you might not be able to get good result. But GMind AI is not like that. With GMind AI, you are guaranteed of quality content consistently and also at scale.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I would like to take a quick commercial break so I can go check this out on my own as well.
Absolutely.
Welcome back, guys. So, Dr. Success, might I add also that is like the coolest name ever, by the way. And it's very fitting for the company.
I've heard that so many times.
Yes, Dr. Success, you're an accomplished tech executive, big title. Why a tech startup? And specifically, why education?
Oh, that's a big question. Okay, Savannah, let me say it like this, how we actually started the whole thing. So we are actually immigrants. We actually came from Nigeria. And when we got here, we came with more than 2 degrees from Africa.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's impressive.
So when we actually got here, it was actually a little bit difficult for us to break into corporate America. So what we did was for us to we went for post studies, and we took the boot camp route. Went to about 2, 3 boot camps for us to actually get our foot into the corporate America. And after doing that, the truth is it's actually opened the way for us. Like myself, I got 6 offers back to back.
Wow. Okay. Impressive.
Yeah, I have 6 offers back to back. And so when I actually got myself into tech, which is mainly cybersecurity, because of the knowledge, the skill, and everything like that, I was able to move fast. I wrote several certifications and stuff like that. So when I actually got to the managerial level, I thought of it that, I must actually help my people that look like me, people that have the same experience, immigrants like myself,
Absolutely.
to be able to move their way into corporate America and stop doing the manager and stuff like that. And so myself and my co-founder, we decided to actually do something to create a boot camp route for our people. And that's how we started Tech Institute. So we started Tech Institute training on the public libraries in churches just to help our people, and, the success story started coming in and people were getting jobs. People were writing certifications that were actually passing and stuff like that. So the success story actually traveled far and a lot of people started coming. We just wanted to do it just within our local community. Just spread across North America. It spread beyond North America to Europe, to Africa. People started calling in. And we just thought of it that, okay, we must put structure to this. So we thought of it, we rented 2-room offices. Just for us to actually help people in stuff like that, But within a year, we expanded for 3 times. Before we knew it, we were using the second and the fifth floor, the high-rise building we were using. And yet, so many people still wanted to join us from outside North America. How do we do it? So we thought of it that, okay, let us virtualize the whole system. So we went ahead to actually, we created our first digital AI product, which is called Go-to-Course, to actually virtualize the whole system. So when we created Go-to-Course, we mandated it that even if you are coming to the physical school, you must use Go-to-Course for your discussion, to access your learning notes, and stuff like that. We never knew that what we're actually doing is blessing in disguise. Shortly after that,
COVID hit.
And people that were even coming to the physical school, they could not even get out of their houses. So all we did was for us to push everybody to the virtual platform. So we never shut down Tech Institute for a single day.
Wow.
When all other
amazing.
schools, all other boot camps were struggling, that resilience was
Resilience, exactly. Exactly.
we just moved to the virtual platform straight up. And I'm telling you, at that particular time, enrollment, completion, everything increased.
The next.
I'm telling you. So after COVID, people turned to us and said, wow, we love to do what you guys did.
Yeah.
So show us, And I said, okay, relax. We're going to actually optimize Go-to-Course so that you guys can create your own virtual system and Go-to-Course. And that's just how we made it a white label platform. And today we have about 3,000 schools using Go-to-Course all over the world.
3,000 schools.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, we will always have the AI inside
Embedded.
Embedded. For creating lesson notes, lesson plans, create assessment, grade student. We've always had it on Go-to-Course. But people that are not using it as a learning management system, they cannot actually use the AI system. So we thought of it that's okay. Let's actually bring it out of Go-to-Course as a standalone product, so that independent educators, people running boot camps that are not using Go-to-Course, they could also have access to the
AI platform. Exactly.
And that's how we created GMind AI.
GMind AI.
And I'm telling you, we have over 3 million users using GMind AI today across the world.
3 million users?
Absolutely.
Wow. I mean, Dr. Success you make me believe I can do anything.
Absolutely, it's
Honest.
awesome. I'm telling you.
Your story is
I call myself
like a superhero
I'm
story.
telling you, I call myself Queen of Female.
You really are.
I'm telling you.
You really are. And especially you're a queen of your people as well. Like you are giving back to a community
I always
that
listen to
desperately
them.
needs it.
I always listen to them.
I mean, you're doing heroes work and you've been through the trials and tribulations of, COVID and trying to readapt your company and to also suit the needs of the people. I mean, it's the whole company is based off of helping others, and that's an amazing story.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Creating opportunities, helping others, putting people to actually reach their goals.
I love that. I love that. That's a very empowering feeling. Like I can feel it in the room. Is like when you speak, is that empowerment is coming out, and I love that.
Thank you.
My next question, and it has a lot to do with like the story you were saying, is I tend to see that you're a global platform, but you're a little bit more focused on the African market. I want to know why Africa. Is it because it has some type of significance to you?
Absolutely. The truth is, GMind AI is a global platform, but we have a kind of like a focus on African market. And why is this so? We're Africans. We're creating for Africans. Just the same way we are educators creating for educators. We're from Nigeria, and we understand what is going on in the education space in Africa. And this is our own way of actually giving back to the community.
Yep.
That resource.
Yeah.
If you look at the AI ecosystem, you realize that when it comes to African languages, low resource languages, it is less accessible for most of the frontier models and most of the AI platforms.
Yeah.
And that is where GMind AI comes in, solving that to ensure that we put this multilingual tool that focus more on low resource languages in the hands of our educators and learners.
Underserved regions.
Underserved region.
Yeah.
To be able to make sure that we give them a tool that is useful, accessible, sustainable, affordable in their hands. If you look at it, when it comes to the issue of infrastructure, resources, teachers struggle a lot.
You do.
And they don't have the capacity to juggle between so many applications to create lesson notes, to create images, to create voice, and they don't have that resources.
Yeah.
So we created a platform that they can relate with.
Yep.
And all they want AI platform to help them to augment their capability and capacity and increase their efficiency.
Yeah.
To help them to be more creative, to help them with their mental health, to be able to help them to serve their students effectively, thereby increasing and improving learning outcomes. We understand the problem of the challenges of Africa, and we are the best people to solve it because we're from there. We understand
You
it.
understand
the
reality.
nuances, the
Yeah.
culture, and we feel that, okay, the best way for us to actually touch the world and solve that is by making GMind AI to be rich in African languages, African culture, and nuances. And that's exactly what we do. And if you look at it, African market is big market.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
an emerging market. So apart from the fact that we want to create that lasting impact, we want to actually solve that, low resource language accessibility. It's also a very big market, and we want to actually effectively bring that.
It's smart and
And
it's
is a valuable tool that we give them to make their life easier.
I can only imagine, being a teacher is already hard enough. Being a teacher in somewhere like Nigeria with limited resources, limited access, and things out there for you to help you teach, that's even more difficult. The fact that you're giving back to them and, giving back to the community you were raised in, it's a very touching, wonderful story.
Yeah. Teachers go through a lot. They juggle a whole lot of activities daily. And Africa is actually facing a whole lot of challenges in terms of infrastructure, in terms of resources. You can now imagine combining the stress of teaching with also inadequacy in terms of resources, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of support. I think it's a lot.
Instead of succumbing to that pressure, you became the solution.
It became a solution
Absolutely.
to help them to elevate it, to be able to bring that, that creativity.
Reduce the stress, the mental
Big
stress.
time.
they
And I'm
go
telling you,
through.
GMind AI saves teacher over 24 hours in a week. That time, they can support their students,
Exactly.
face their call, and also at the same time have enough time for themselves. Teachers are
Absolutely.
human. I'm a teacher. We're human beings. They are superheroes. So what we're just doing, we're using this platform to supercharge them so that they can, be able to get themselves, work smarter, work more effectively, efficiently, and be able to support their students.
Thank you for that answer.
Can you imagine creating maths, English, physics in local languages? I think that's a game changer.
That's a game changer. I can barely do it in
I'm
English.
telling you, that's exactly what we are actually. You can imagine when you're actually learning chemistry in Spanish.
Exactly.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we are also doing for low resource languages, so that we can actually, come down to the level of all learners. Teachers can come to their level and be able to use AI effectively to support their learning. Exactly.
If any of you watching are interested and want to get involved and want to learn to use GMind AI, you can find them at www.gmind.ai. So please look them up. Please go check it out. Maybe it could change your life. You don't know until you try.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You don't know until you try.
Absolutely.
In conclusion, start wrapping things up, this beautiful story that I really don't want to end, but it has to. Can you give me one word that describes you and something that you would like to be remembered for?
Oh, that's a big one. I always love to be remembered as an enabler. I want to be remembered as an enabler, somebody that actually enables others to be able to achieve their goals. And if you look at everything I have done or I'm presently doing, I'm always putting myself as a community leader in that position to be able to enable people in my community, to be able to enable anybody that I come across to achieve their goal. And that's what I want to be remembered for.
That's a beautiful statement. Dr. Olu, can you also give me one word that describes you and something that you would like to be remembered for?
Well, I would say myself as a transformer. I love to impact life and making sure I create a change in the life of someone.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
I love that. Thank you guys so much for coming in today. Please go check out GMind at www.gmind.ai. Just saying it again in case you forgot. Thank you guys so much for being on here. And I like to always close by saying, stay inspired.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Use the idea and give us feedback.